The power of one equips me with the tools to understand who I am, what I want to do, and where I want to go in life. The power of one empowers me to dream, hope, believe, and be successful. The power of one gives me the power to overcome fear of change and gives me the strength to help others. I am the power of one. The power of one started many years ago when David Bascome was a youngster at the Sunshine League, an orphanage in Bermuda where he and his 3 siblings grew up for many years. There was a force of independence put on him and his siblings. This is where the power of one journey starts. An independent young person finding his way through life, not knowing the outcome, not knowing what life had in store for him. As David was growing up, he spent time living with his grandmother, and it was at this time he followed in his brother's footsteps of playing football in Bermuda. In his journey of wanting to be a successful player, he found himself facing life's challenges. From sexual abuse to being locked up in Anderson, South Carolina, where he went to college, it was then he realized things had to change and he had to focus on his self-esteem and understand who he was. After many training days and tryouts in England and the US, he landed a contract with a professional indoor team, the Harrisburg Heat, in 1991. Not knowing anything about the indoor game, Bascom signed his contract knowing this was going to keep him off the streets and move his life forward. With his main goal of winning a championship, he came short many times. Winning a championship would have made all the battles worth going through. After 12 years of being the top player in Harrisburg and one of the top indoor players in the game, he came short of winning his championship, and in 2003 the Harrisburg Heat franchise was no longer. David found himself with one of the top franchises in indoor soccer history, the Baltimore Blast. David realized he was getting older and understood his game had to change as a player, and being a leader was important, so he changed his position from forward to midfield and continued to develop leadership skills. This mindset change found David winning his first championship in his first year. He developed a strategic plan that he would focus on each year and would place it on the floor in front of his locker each game. This plan was used all through his career as a player and coach. This was a part of his winning mindset. After winning his first championship, David wanted to win many more, so he shared his process with his players, and before you knew it, he won more championships. Well, every good thing comes to an end, but for David, it was just the beginning. After realizing his age was catching up to him, it was time for him to retire, and his next journey was to be an assistant coach. David wanted to continue his winning championship ways and realized this could be done if he taught and trained his players and gave them the tools to be successful. Well, 8 championships later, David wanted others to learn about his process of winning and started learning more about leadership. He understood he needed to be more knowledgeable, so this encouraged him to gather more tools for his success. He started reading leadership books and going to training seminars to learn how to deliver his message nationally. He would speak and visit with over 20 schools a year and conduct motivational speeches. This is when he met Mr. Kevin Baird from the Center of College and Career Readiness at one of his appearances in Guam. Kevin offered David a job with the center to become the Vice President of Community Development, which could help support gaps in the Common Core. David learned a lot and wanted to be more visible, so he traveled more and engaged more with pro athletes, communities, schools, and organizations. After this journey, he needed to structure his process. This is when he came up with the name Power of One. One person helping another to help many others. He spent 4 years traveling back and forth to Bermuda and other countries, gathering information as an evidence-building process. In this time, he started introducing parts of the Power of One to T. N. Tatum Middle School to see what works and what areas needed to be developed. With the support of Miss Cindy Simmons Bean and approval from Principal McMahon and current guidance from Principal Garita Coddington, David was on his way to moving the Power of One forward. After many years of gathering evidence, David has implemented the Power of One process at T. N. Tatum Middle School, Victor Scott School, the Police Athletic League, and others. This is the Power of One.